Jim Acosta is out at CNN. Oh, yeah, baby. Jim Acosta leaving CNN after being pulled from the network's programming schedule 9 seconds ago. Robert Reed says Jim Acosta is one of CNN's last journalists. Gives me one more reason not to watch CNN. Yeah, right. Jim Acosta leaving CNN after being pulled from the network's programming schedule. Bye-bye. 2 hours ago, notorious liberals scold and anti-Trump legacy news personality Jim Acosta out. Media landscape is unrecognizable from the beginning of Trump's first term in 2017. That's a very good thing for America. He just got shit canned.
That is for the man who wants to be the governor of South Carolina for another 4 years. That is Henry McMaster. And as you can hear behind me, Wolf, the crowd is very fired up. We have about a couple thousand people in this room so far. They are letting the press corps here know exactly how they feel about what we're doing here, Wolf. I can't hear you anymore. What's that?
Tell the truth, Jim!
I will. You got it. I will. For the man who wants to be the...
Jim Acosta is out.
Since you're attacking us, can you give us a question? No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect, since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are
is
attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give
is
us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to
go.
ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking
categorically,
a question.
Mr.
Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No,
give
I'm
us
not
a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a
Can
question.
you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not
Go ahead.
appropriate.
You
Since you're-
are fake news. 5 days ago, Tim Burchett ended CNN.
This is covered on CNN. What you're saying, this is not Fox, Congressman. You
I
can't just
left.
spin a tail and pull the wool over
left.
people's eyes.
Yeah.
This is CNN. This is the news. We're
I
asking
left,
you
and
to
that's
come
why-
on and tell the truth.
And that's why more people are watching the Cartoon Network SpongeBob reruns right now, Jim.
It's covered.
Jim Acosta is done at CNN. Good riddance. He is reportedly to exit and leave. He was always an absolute POS to Trump. Yes, he was. Failed journalist Jim Acosta officially out. Jim Acosta out at CNN. Oh, what is your reaction? Well, I'm certainly celebrating. Maybe he can go sell Girl Scout cookies. Jim Acosta last week went on another sanctimonious rant about how he's a superhero and that the free press is so sacred. 1 week later now, he's leaving CNN after getting booted from the morning show.
I want to take a moment to talk about something President Biden said during his farewell address. He warned the free press is crumbling in this country. I would add that's only if we, the people, let that happen. Journalists exist to seek the truth, to tell people's stories, to lift up voices that may not be heard otherwise, to shine a light on injustice, and to hold the powerful accountable. We are not the enemy of the people. We are the defenders of the people. Walter Cronkite once said, freedom of the press is not just important to democracy, it is democracy. I want to take a moment to show you something. A woman sent me this sign 8 years ago. She carried it here at a march in Washington. She wrote on the back of the sign, to me and the press here in D.C., you have our support. To Nora, wherever you are, right back at you. Reporting from Washington, I'm Jim Acosta. I want to take a moment.
No, you're not, Jim Acosta. You're not reporting from Washington anymore. Your party is over. After 18 years of at CNN, he plans to quit following his removal from the 10 a.m. slot by CEO Mark Thompson. As you may recall, we reported a couple of days ago that Acosta was moved to the graveyard shift after being punted from his 10 a.m. slot, and he had a meltdown at CNN, and now he has apparently quit because of the programming schedule. Bye-bye. Known for his confrontation with President Trump, planning to leave the network after being offered a midnight time slot 36 minutes ago. Acosta pushed out at CNN. Jack Posobiec reporting. New York Post. Jim Acosta leaving CNN after being pulled from the network's programming schedule. Not Kenny Rogers reports Acosta leaving CNN after schedule reshuffling. And by leaving, I mean fired. And by schedule reshuffling, I mean nobody watched Jim Acosta on CNN, which is why he got fired. Best wishes to Jim Acosta in the future. And by best wishes, I mean, bah, loser. CNN should be ashamed of having you work for them. Donald Trump Of course, always putting Jim Acosta in his place. Jim Acosta just met Chris Wallace and Don Lemon in CNN heaven. Oh, yeah. Okay, this moment, Breitbart News, 20 minutes ago, still probably best crystallizes the essence of Jim Acosta talking with Corey Lewandowski.
And Joe Biden's, you know what I can say, Jim? I can say that 13,099 murderers were let into this country, 16,000 rapists, 425,000 people in the last 4 years have been let into this country by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's own Customs and Border Protection that are running
Corey,
around this country, Jim.
The other thing, too, it's Kamala Harris.
Crimes.
I don't know. Why do you guys say Kamala? That is, it's Kamala Harris.
Jim, we know that they're committing crimes against Americans. Why can't these individuals talk about the individuals who've been killed by illegal immigrants? 13,099 murderers have been let into this country by this administration's own accounting, and you guys don't want to talk about it. You know what I can say?
He's too concerned about how to pronounce Kamala Harris's name. Oh, well, that's why he's gone. Nobody watches him. No one watched him ever. Jim Acosta, this is from Mays. Jim Acosta, you can't just spin a tale and put the wool over people's eyes. This is CNN. This is the news. Hey, Jim, look at yourself. Let's listen.
Choice for a man who. This is not Fox, Congressman. You can't just spin a tale and pull the wool over people's eyes.
Yeah.
This is CNN. This is the news. We are asking you to come on and tell the truth. It's an alarming choice for a man who has often struggled to unequivocally denounce white supremacists. You recall these moments.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Those words have power. They have meaning. And when Donald Trump speaks, the world listens. Neo-Nazis and white supremacists certainly listen. So why can't he denounce them? Why can't he reject their support?
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
What's your response to Donald Trump saying she should be fired, that Liz Cheney should be fired upon? He keeps speaking in these very extreme terms about the potential dangers to the country if he doesn't win in November. He's used words like bloodbath. This is not Fox.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Jim Acosta. Out at CNN. CNN's Jim Acosta once tried to prove we don't need a border wall because areas that are guarded by border walls are tranquil.
And here are some of the steel slats that the president's been talking about right here. As you can see, yes, you can see through these slats to the other side of the U.S.-Mexico border. But as we're walking along here, we're not seeing any kind of imminent danger. There are no migrants trying to rush toward this fence here in the McAllen, Texas area. As a matter of fact, there are some other businesses behind me along this highway. There's a gas station, Burger King, and so on. But no sign of the national emergency that the president has been talking about. As a matter of fact, it's pretty tranquil down here. And here are some of
Wow, it's over for Jim Acosta leaving CNN. Top brass throw a bone to Trump. Oh, yes, because they know that they don't stand a chance in this new administration. It is over for Jim Acosta. Oh, and here's my post of January 10th of 2023 when I was at the gubernatorial ball for Sarah Huckabee Sanders. This was thinking of Jim Acosta tonight, humble pie. And you know what's so interesting? See, this is a picture of the pie. And it says 47 on it because she was the 47th governor of Arkansas. And she served this pie, and they attacked her for it. So she said she wanted to make sure that she served it at her governor's ball. And she said it was specifically in reference to Jim Acosta. I remember her saying that from the stage. Jim Acosta.
You're fired.
Bye-bye, Jim Acosta.